So today we are going to see a new concept in a ReactJS called as a type checking. So a type checking is nothing but validating the data. So as we have seen earlier, so how do we pass a data from one component to another component? As we used props to send the data from one component to another component, here I have created two simple components. So one is a products and one is a product card. So where I'm passing data from products to product card. I'll just rearrange this. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just passing the data from products component to the products card component. Okay, so and if you see the output, this is how the output is. Okay, so here the data what I'm passing, here we have three parameters. So one is a name, price, and a quantity. Okay, so now what if the data what I'm receiving here inside my child component is valid or not? What is valid? So the now okay, like if I'm expecting the name should be a string, the price should be a number, and the quantity should be a number as well. Okay, so that point, so how do I validate that? Okay, so if you see the output, there is no error been passed, right? So like let me go back here to parent component. I will change this to string now. Okay, so here let's refresh. Okay, so there is no error been passed. Okay, like so there is no error been found here, but the value what we are passing here is invalid, right? So like going forward, this will throw okay, like make a issue when we do a math operations using this price now because it is a string, right? To add a validation, we have a inbuilt type checking tool in a React which is called as a prop types. Okay, so prop type determines the type of the props which we are receiving. Okay, and like what is been sent. Okay, like what should be received and what has been sent. To validate that, we are going to use a tool, a inbuilt tool called as a type checking. Okay, so like a type checking tool called as prop types. Okay, so to do that, so where I'm going to add a type check is inside my child component where I'm receiving the data. So let me do. Okay, like to add a prop types. So first we should import the prop types from prop type itself. Prop types. Okay, so once the import is done, so how do I add that prop types here? Okay, oh sorry, I should add it inside my child component. I just missed it. Yeah. Okay, so I have just, imported the prop types inside my child component now. So how do I add that? Okay, I want to validate the name, quantity, and the price. So to add that outside the function, okay, for function name followed by prop type. Prop type equal to object. Okay, prop types okay is a object. So where it is made up of a key and a value. Okay, so what will be the key? The key will be the name of the attribute what I want to check. Okay, the name, quantity, and the price, and the value will be the type. Okay, the type of value it should be. I'm going to mention. Okay, if I say name colon, so here prop types dot string. Okay, I say that so name should be a string, and similar to the name I'll just add for other things to be a number. Then I have a quantity. I will say quantity also to be a number as it is a quantity. Yeah, okay, so here now what I say is the name should be a string, the price and quantity should be a number. Okay, so if you see now we have a error, right? Like there's a warning message which has been thrown inside a JavaScript console. Okay, you can see the warning message only during the development. Okay, like these prop types will be only used during a development time. Okay, which helps us to find the bugs. Okay, so here if you see the value what I'm passing to the price is a string, right? It's like the same warning message. What it says is, see, this is not an error. This is a warning message. What it is throwing. Okay, it is not going to affect your any process. But if you are going to do any math operations, as mentioned earlier, on the string value, right? Okay, so what happens in a JavaScript? If I try to add a string and a number, the output will be a string itself. Okay, so like where the same plus will be used as a concatenation. Okay. So here, if you see the supplied value, okay, like what the warning says is invalid prop price of a type string. Okay, supplied. So look where it says that a type a string is been supplied to this particular prop value, but it is expecting a number. Okay, the expected value should be a number. Okay, what I will do is I will just pass the value as a number here now, and let us go refresh the page. If you see, there is no warning message being thrown now. So this is how your prop types are going to check the type of the value should be received and what has been passed. Okay, so along with this type checking, we have also another add-on to this is required. So is required helps us to make the value as a mandatory field. Okay, like mandatory props to be received. So is required. Sorry. When I make it as a is required, so this particular name prop is a mandatory value. Okay, when I say mandatory, if I remove this, it can be empty. Okay, so if I remove this, so it is not going to throw me any error because it is an empty string. Okay, it's not undefined. Okay, like the time I remove this, so I'm going to see a error there. So what it says, the name is marked as a required. Okay, but its value is undefined. Okay, it cannot be undefined, so it's a mandatory field. So we can make it as a mandatory by using a is required. Okay, along with this, so like what are other things we can check? We can check for the boolean values, we can check for the function. Okay, I'll write it here. I can check for a boolean, I can check for a symbol, I can check for an object. So the value should be object always. Okay, I can check for an array. Then I have a array of. Then we have, okay, we can also pass a functions, right? So like even we pass a function itself as a prop to a child component, right? So like basically it helps to communicate from a child component to parent component, right? So all these things we can check using a prop types. Okay, along with this, we have a one more inbuilt function, okay, like a method called as one of type. Okay, if I say one of type, so when I say use a one of type, so one of type method, here we are going to pass a argument as a array of prop types. Okay, when I say array of prop types, so this name can be a number. I will say, let's copy that, say string, it can be a number too. Okay, so now like I can pass a name value as a string or a number. Okay, so this can be string or a number. So let us say I'll just pass a boolean here now. So soon after I pass a value as a boolean, it is going to throw me a warning message saying that expected is one of a type string or a number. But what it is supplied, what we're supplying there is a boolean value there, right? Okay, so now here it says that the expectation of a child component, the prop value can be a string or a number. Okay, so that is how we can create a multiple type checking. So by using a one of type method. Let's take back to the string. Okay, so we can use a array, we can use a array of as well. Okay, so this is how we validate the props values. So the prop type is essential to add, so which helps us to improve the code reliability and also catch the bugs before we face some issues. Thank you.